proud to be sponsored by Diamond Bright, the car care products that have been keeping the furious fleet looking their best for a long time already. To find all you need to keep your car clean and protected, follow the link below to diamondbright.co.uk.
Well, hello and welcome to Furious Driving. You find me down here in the barn, and good news on the Volvo front, it passed its new MOT with absolutely zero advisories whatsoever. I'd actually kind of forgotten the MOT was out. It was parked up in here and I just didn't really think about it at all. I is going to Radwood tomorrow, so I did very much need an MOT pass, which it succeeded in, so huge good news all round. That is such a good old car that I'd done. Well, basically I did nothing to it. I did a quick walk around to make sure all the lights worked, did a couple of brake tests to make sure it felt good. You could see there's no smoke coming out, and you can see it wasn't rusty, so it was the fingers crossed and hope they don't find anything else, and they didn't. So good news on the Volvo front. But today I'm going to be showing some love to the Mini, the little R50 Mini Cooper 2001 pre-production or pilot build production car, which hasn't had a lot of screen time in a long time. I do love driving this thing. It is an awful lot of fun, as well as being quite a significant car in the history of the Mini brand. It's a car number 202 off the line, so it's a really early car. It was a dealer car that was used for the brand reveal at Leeds Mini dealership on July 2001 when they pulled the cover off. And being a Y-Reg, customers couldn't buy Y-Reg cars. These were only BMW. Anyway, the last few times I've driven this car, and I think I have mentioned it when I've been at the wheel, it has had a bit of a stutter under load. It's a misfire, which I've not been enjoying, so I've kind of laid off driving it in case it causes trouble and damage and, you know, that kind of bad stuff. So today I'm hoping for an easy fix. I'm going to give it a service. I've brought over oil tray, big catch can to get the oil out, and some oil, which is one bottle of 530, which is left over from another job and is crusty as anything for some reason for being in the garage. Some Shell 530, which a friend gave me after left over from another job, which again looks filthy, but I'm sure it's new oil. Brought a big bag of tools. This is super handy for taking stuff over. So we've got a lot of tools here in the barn. Haven't got everything, so it's good to bring some bits over, but this is almost going to be a free service because I seem to have several mini oil filters in the garage for some reason. An old junk in the trunk episode a while ago, someone sent me sort of Bosch Super 4 mini spark plugs, so that's also really handy. But the thing which I'm hoping is going to be the cause of the problem is the HT leads. So I picked these up in the week, so I'm hoping this will get that sorted out, and I better take this car out. I might not take it out right this afternoon because it's absolutely chucking it down outside and the car's pristine and perfectly clean. So I don't want to get dirty. Right, let's give the thing a bit of a service and then see if new see if new HT leads do the trick. Now this is actually a video I'm fitting in between other things because I started out today working on the Rover 2000, realised I'd ordered a wrong part, my fault entirely, I've misread the website. So we've got an urgent shipment of parts overnight from Birmingham. To hopefully get that ready for tomorrow, and then after Radwood I can get that car running again properly, not throwing petrol on the floor. Right, let us do this job. First of all, let's get the oil draining. Well, perfect start to this occasion. The oil filter, it's a cartridge type, and I haven't got a spanner here that will fit onto that. The biggest spanner or socket I've got over here is 32 millimeters, and I don't know what size that is. I don't remember what I used last time, if anything, or if I had it. I have a feeling I couldn't get it off and I was taking it for some other work, and I got a friend at a garage to change the oil for me because I couldn't get that out. I'm going to have to go and do some research. Anyway, I'll ignore the oil for a minute. Oh, I'm sure the oil is absolutely fine. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, in all seriousness, with the engine cold and level, it was just below the max line, so once it's actually run and the oil is properly distributed, that will be well in the middle and the oil looks pretty clean. So I'm going to ignore the oil for the moment. I can pretend that's not a problem, and we can just walk away from that quite happily. Let's just focus on changing the plugs and seeing if that will then, or plugs and HT leads I should say, so if that will then give us functioning non-bitty running. Well, that's a bit weird. Is that silicone that someone's put on there, or is that some kind of weird corrosion? It's like a red film on there. refine that spray a little bit. There's some brake and clutch cleaner just to give that contact a better fighting chance of working. I don't know how old these plug leads are. So a viewer sent these rather nice Bosch spark plugs in to junk in the trunk a little while ago, and another viewer sent this rather nice magnetic spark plug spanner in to junk in the trunk. So thank you to both you guys for very kindly sending that stuff over. Now, I changed these spark plugs, I know when I bought the car initially, about 5 years ago. The car hasn't done huge miles since. I've used it a fair amount to shows and events, and even not properly dailied it, but you know, just use it as a fun weekend car quite a lot. But I don't think they've done more than a few thousand miles. A bit burnt and a bit grubby, so it's definitely time for some new ones. New ones are always definitely a good idea. That magnetic thing's brilliant. Right, let's go and find ourselves a shiny new HT lead. Let's try and match up which. Are they all the same? Probably not all the same, I expect. I reckon that's the closest. That'll do. Let's give this whole area a quick clean up before it goes back. Cleaner is definitely better than dirtier. And dirty is better than on fire, but clean is better than dirty. An important lesson to learn when you're doing spark plugs: only do one at a time. Same goes with HT leads, because if you take one off and get it wrong, or take two off and get them mixed up and wrong, you are in a world of hurt and no one can save you. Oh, that one actually looks rusty. Maybe it's just the beginnings of rust forming on there. That's probably bad. But where has that other spark plug gone? Ah. Dead spider. Dead spider. Yuck. It's not under the car. It means it's in the engine bay somewhere. Oh. Where did you go, spark plug? This is going to be a tricky one to find. The hell's it gone? I have got a magnetic doodah thing, but I've got to find something to point it at first. This might take a moment. Right, I cannot for the love of me find that spark plug. I'm sure it'll fall out as soon as I move the car, but what I'm going to have to do is pull this one out, give it a quick clean up and put it back in again, and then hope for the best. I'm sure it'll turn up as soon as the car actually starts driving. Hopefully not by lodging itself in a moving part. Right, so I went through the spark plugs, found the best one, which is actually the one in that fourth cylinder, given it a really good clean up with the brake and clutch, and it's come up, not too bad. So I'll bung that one back in and hopefully we'll find the new one before too long. Right, so that was the oilless oil change service. Let's see if the car starts again, if I can find the keys. Well, that sounds a bit better. Bit more springy into lifey. Very positive. Guys, if it's not raining, let's go and give this a little test drive. So that is a brilliant set of spanners for having up here in the barn. Covers pretty much everything you could need in one set. Quick plug for the Amazon affiliate store. Head to the link in the description below. Right, so I've found myself a nice country lane. Much better, much cleaner acceleration, much better power. And part of the problem was really not just hard acceleration, but if I was just pootling along and say we're in second gear and I change up while I'm still cruising slowly and then just give it a little bit of bean, it's just under 2000 RPM, it would just go da 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 da. I've actually got smooth, clean power now. Fantastic. It's like I'm driving an EV or something. Well, maybe let's not go that far. Let's not get carried away. Oh, I'm happy now. I can use the Mini again. Brilliant. Oh, this is so good. I'm really happy with this. Because I had been kind of avoiding using the car to a certain extent because I'm always a bit worried that if there is a misfire, it might do some damage. What on earth is loose in the boot right now? Because something's rattling around very strangely indeed. So yes, this is a rare, easy win here on Furious Driving. Not something we get to enjoy very often, but today we are. So thank you for watching. It's been a short video, I imagine, but hopefully one with a happy ending that we can all go away and enjoy. Well, at least I can anyway, because I can drive the car again. Power! 30 miles an hour, power. It's really interesting. This is surprisingly similar in some ways to driving the 200 VI, but it does feel a lot tighter though. Because I kind of imagined this car, or felt this car was quite a softly sprung car. But driving it now, it does kind of feel, well, really quite firm compared to the Rover. So that is absolutely fantastic. The car runs and drives brilliantly, and we've managed to put everything back in the barn again in frankly record time. I'm getting pretty good at doing this quite rapidly, although the other day I'm going to admit, a tiny failure on my part. I did actually just touch, there's a spider web, the edge of the wing just here, the wheel arch, on the door frame. It didn't mark it, didn't dent it, but I did touch it and I felt so bad. Anyway, right, so the car is now running brilliantly. I worked out what the rattling noise was. This is more junk in the trunk. Real junk in the trunk special day today. This is the Mini Cooper door jamb, luckily still in its box. I need to bring over some tape because that is missing from here. Someone sent me this on Junk in the Trunk. Thank you, Junk in the Trunk. Contact people. I need to bring glue over because that will make that car look so much better. That little finisher makes a huge difference. But I will for the moment keep it in the tube because I want to keep it safe until it's actually fitted on the car. So there we go. The Mini is extremely drivable. The Alpha is extremely drivable. Freelander is extremely drivable. Not taxed yet because I'm still waiting on the DVLA, sorting out the number plates because it took the old rude word yes number plate off it. That is drivable. In fact, that is being driven next week. I have to tax it before the end of the month, which I hate doing, but very exciting event coming up with that. Meantime, I think this video, trying to work out in my head when this is going live, this is going out on Saturday, tomorrow, which is going to be the 20th, which is when Radwood is. And while you're watching this on Saturday morning, I will be in Veyford, the Volvo, heading north to Bicester to go and have a look around that show, which looks like it's going to be absolutely amazing. I've never done Radwood before, but I've seen the pictures. I really wanted to go and buy a bunch of 80s clothes and stuff, but didn't quite get time. You know, time always runs away, no matter how much you try. Anyway, this has been, from my point of view, a very good video, a successful outcome. From your point of view, probably a bit boring because nothing much happened apart from me fixing stuff without it going wrong, apart from losing a spark plug at the engine bay. So, oh yeah, there was some drama and buffoonery. Never mind. Right, let's shut this up, lock the barn, go home, get a cup of tea. Thank you for watching so much. If you've enjoyed, as always, hit like and subscribe. There will be many more, far more serious and technical and involved tinkering videos coming up in the very near future on all of the other cars. The white Rover back on the road again, the black Rover V8. Who knows what I'm going to do about that, but something's going to happen on that somehow. Mercedes, we're going to work out the welding on that very shortly. The welding looks massive and frankly, I'm terrified. What else have we got? I don't know, stuff. Let's go and take the Freelander into some mud. The Freelander needs to go and visit mud as soon as possible because it's a Land Rover on big knobbly tyres. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.